Hello everyone. There is another twist in the Alder Lake undervolting story. I was now playing with this i5 12600. This is a fairly old CPU. I think I bought it 1 year ago and never used it because it was on sale. And this is like the best CPU you can get for audio production in my opinion, because it's H0 stepping. So that means that it only 6 performance cores and no e-cores, not even disabled. So the core is the chip itself is fairly small and the latencies are very low, which gives you the best real-time performance. And we are running on a MSI motherboard because it has light load, so I was able to undervolt this. Like now, this CPU runs extremely hot because the heat is very dense. The heat dissipation is very hard to get because it's very concentrated. So it could run up to 120, 130 watts when doing like WiFi. But what happened today? I was playing with the offset undervolt, and I thought I was going to get into some clock stretching as usual with this H0 CPUs, but apparently it doesn't anymore. So the situation now is I have a light load one. Okay, let's check the voltage and power readings. So we're running at we peaked at 82 watts. That was the highest package power during the WiFi run, and peak voltage of 1.15. And now let's get to the BIOS and like turn off the offset undervolt and see what happens. Basically, yeah, I was running the test and I was like, the performance is even improving after undervolting with the offset, and it should at some point hit a wall. And usually that wall was, depending on the sample, I could even need some positive offset to get the perfect performance. But we're running now at minus 90, 0.09, and let's set it to 0. We are already running at a light load 1, which is the MSI undervolt that was not causing any clock stretching before. So that is expected. That was already found out in my Alder Lake research videos. But yeah, the offset undervolt shouldn't run that good. And yeah, I was usually hitting like around 100 watts on the 12600. It is like not very efficient of a CPU actually compared to the 12400F, because it gives you like 6 to 8% more performance for 30% more power. But yeah, that's the best CPU you can get for single core for low latency. And yeah, let's run my cruncher again and see the voltage readings and the power readings. So as you can see, the peak power, is now 89 watts, 92 watts. So power is increasing a lot, even though the voltage reading is the same. I mean, the peak voltage reading is the same, but yeah, peak voltage is about single core actually, so it doesn't really matter that much. But yeah, definitely you can see that we're running like 12 watts more than before. And the other proof that I can give you is that if I set the undervolt to 150, the system just crashes. Which I'm gonna, yeah, it's the best way to show that it's actually working. It's the best kind of proof. Let's see. So as far as I recall, 150 drops to like doesn't even boot. So let's get 0.112. And this should probably boot and then crash as soon as I launch any kind of heavy workload. Let's see. But yeah, it's interesting. I really don't know what changed, because even if you disable, I don't know what the name of it, like, well, basically I found out there are two different names for the clock stretching prevention stuff. Oh, sorry, for the instability prevention, which is clock stretching for the Intel CPUs. So there are two ways that Intel CPUs protect themselves from low voltages, which could result in a crash. I don't really know if that's just the same name for different name for the same thing, or they are actually different things. I think one is current excursion protection, CPE. Oh, let's see what happens now. Oh, it crashed already. Like, this is totally frozen. And it was measuring. Yeah, it wasn't even starting. Yeah, here it is. So you can see that. But yeah, apparently MSI found a workaround, because even in, I think I found some interviews from Intel PR that stated that undervolting was disabled for non-K CPUs with Alder Lake. And I already found it to not be correct for seed zero, yeah. The other stepping for the 12400F. 12400F comes with either C0 or H0, depending on the batch, whatever. Lately, I've been getting almost only C0, almost only cut down full Alder Lake. I don't know why. I think maybe H0 is out of production, because I also find it almost impossible to get 12600, and when they come out, they're very high price, like 250 euros. And the 12500 are also getting harder to get. So I really don't know what's happening. I don't know why maybe Intel stopped producing H0. Wouldn't make that much sense, because it's smaller, supposedly. I mean, it is smaller, of course. You can see from the packaging itself, the back of the CPU. So let's get again here. So previously you had, I think here, I don't know where to find it actually. Oh no, it's G-lock is enabled for some reason, but it still works. Everything works. But yeah, again, I don't really know where that is on MSI boards, but I never had to disable anything on MSI boards. They would all undervolt straight out of the box. While there are some switches for the current excursion protection or whatever feature to protect the voltage drop from Intel CPUs, but they wouldn't work on other motherboards. Let me see if I can find it. No, there's nothing like that here. But here you can see light load is set to 1, which is the previously known working configuration for MSI boards. I also tried to replicate the, these are all settings for AC and DC load line, but I don't know why. I tried to do this on other boards and they would always clock stretch anyway. So really don't know. I can try this, but I don't think that it's going to work. I mean, I'm pretty sure it doesn't, because this CPU is from the later batches that had already fuzzed off AVX 512. But yeah, I can find the function here in the MSI BIOS, but there's no need to disable it because it's already disabled by default. And that is all for the video. I guess it's very nice to know, but it's very late for the party. I wish I could undervolt with this for gigabyte boards for my Hackintosh, but I can only do that if I get a seed 0 stepping 12400F. And that's all for the video. Ciao, and thanks for listening.